We're going to check out the 10 most dangerous animals in the U.S.
In the U.S.,
Do you have any ideas of what you think they would be on the list?
I'm sure there's a lot of dangerous animals in the U.S. I mean, you got grizzly bears.
See, that would be easily one of them.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess you're going to have things like alligator, mountain lion.
Oh, yeah.
Those are my top 3. I'd say polar bear, but those technically aren't in the U.S.
Yeah.
So I don't think that'll be on the list.
Yeah, polar bears. Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
they're not technically
yeah.
native to the U.S. So
Yeah, grizzly bear.
Well, no, actually, I'm sorry. That was really dumb. Alaska.
Oh,
So polar bear.
What about moose?
I was thinking us.
Moose?
That's actually a good possibility, moose.
Yeah, man. I'm definitely looking forward to
I
checking
am
this
too.
out,
It's gonna
man.
be fun to see.
We finna find out what's down right too.
North American brown bears have a fearsome reputation to
That's
go
your
with
grizzly.
their physical prowess and outstanding natural weaponry. The common name, grizzly, is often used in reference to brown bear species found in the US. These include the Ursus arctos horribilis, or the mainland grizzly, the peninsula grizzly, and Kodiak bears.
No, the Kodiak ones are like the Kodiak bears are gonna be like your grizzlies that are like up in Alaska, basically.
Okay, so these are the only type of bears that are found in the U.S., right?
These are basically kind of subspecies of the grizzly bear.
bears.
Yeah.
Okay.
These are all the different brown bears, basically.
Yeah. Okay, so first I thought ain't this like what 4 species of bears? You know, you got the
There
panda
are
bear.
5 species of
Okay,
bears.
yeah, 5.
So you're close, yeah.
Yeah, it's the panda bear, it's the grizzly bear, it's the polar bear.
See if you know your bears.
I forgot.
The other ones are hard. Because you've got your Andean bear, your Malaysian sun bear, and your sloth bear. Those 3 are a lot lesser known.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's around like I said 4, but I know I was getting close to it.
And a panda isn't technically a...
It's not considered a bear?
No,
it should be considered a bear, isn't it? A bear species?
No, I think it is. I never remember. Then that would be there's 6 though, because then you have polar... I don't know.
Yeah.
Now I'm getting myself confused.
Found in Alaska's
8.
eponymous
There's
archipelago.
8 species of
Just
bear.
8 species?
I had that
Latter
wrong.
rivals the polar bear as
guess
the
I was way
largest
off.
land carnivore on Earth. Kodiak bears have been known to weigh over 1,500 pounds,
Yeah, they're not
which
small.
is almost as heavy as the average bull. As evident from the prominent muscular hump on their shoulders, grizzlies are built for power.
Yeah.
Moreover, they have massive canines, claws that grow up to 6 inches,
6
and
inches?
jaws strong enough to crush bowling balls.
Bowling
As a grizzly
balls?
What?
stands up
Okay, I
on
didn't
its
know
hind
that.
legs,
Bowling balls?
With their jaws. Ow.
That is crazy, man. Okay.
No wonder you have like no chance against a grizzly.
Yeah, so I kind of wonder, is they jaw stronger than a hippo's? Because hippos can crush things really
Yeah,
easy.
hippos are pretty strong too. So I don't know that I can say they're stronger. They're probably comparable, but I don't know.
I gotta look it up. A
we'd
bowling
have to
ball?
look
You know how
that
hard
one up.
those things is?
Yeah.
They are? Man, it's just crazy.
it will often use its superior strength to take down a victim. It will bite at the victim's lower jaw, which is most likely a disarming technique. Confrontations between humans and grizzly bears can occur as a result of hunting as well as camping. They have a phenomenal sense of smell and are often attracted to food that hasn't been stored properly.
Yeah.
There have been several reports of campers being dragged out of their tents by attacking grizzlies.
Man, you gotta take your gun with you.
Conditioning the bears to campsite food can accustom them to human presence, thus increasing the likelihood
Interesting
of future
CGI bear.
attacks. Number 9, spiders.
No, I didn't even think about going with the
Black
arachnids.
widows and brown recluse spiders
Yeah.
Yeah.
share an
They
entry
poisonous,
on our
ain't they?
list as
Yeah.
the most dangerous spiders in the U.S. Female black widows, distinguishable
But
by
they're
the
not,
red
like,
hourglass
usually
mark on their
deadly.
abdomens,
Yeah.
are the most fearsome by reputation. They'll sometimes devour their partners after mating.
That's crazy.
Own highly toxic venom. The illness associated with black widow envenomation is called latrodectism. It's described by pain, vomiting, and muscle rigidity.
Ugh.
Contrary to popular belief, the condition is rarely fatal for humans.
Oh.
It's
Brown
rarely
recluse
fatal.
spider, although only slightly larger than a US penny, is quite dangerous in its own right. The hemotoxic properties of its venom
Foot
can
look
cause
toe
tissue
up.
necrosis. Severe
Man.
lesions can become infected
Yeah.
and may even lead to amputation.
Yeah.
Yet, like the black widows, the bite of a brown recluse spider is seldom fatal.
Right. They
Number-
can cause damage, but they're not usually like fatal or deadly. You just have to, like, if you get one, know to get it treated, kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Every time you talk about spiders, man, you just like, you get this little feeling like some
Like crawling on you.
Yeah, but I don't know what that is, man. I don't know if our brain just, mess with us and stuff like that. But it's like,
sure.
ugh, man, like.
Cougar. Cougars, also known as pumas or mountain lions, have the widest distribution of any wild animal in the Americas. In the U.S., populations are found across 16 states, mostly on the West Coast. Male cougars average about 150 pounds, but in rare cases may surpass 200 pounds. Even though that's about the weight of the average American male, the difference in power is considerable.
They're quick, too.
Relative to its size, the cougar has the largest paws and hind legs found within the feline family.
That is crazy.
So, like, its paws are much bigger for his body than, like, a lion's.
Imagine getting hit with one of those things.
No, I don't want to.
Yeah.
Some reach sprinting speeds of up to 50 miles per hour, which is
almost as fast as the
faster
cheetah.
than a greyhound.
But cheetahs go like, what, 80, right?
Swim
60?
and is an apt climber.
I thought cheetahs go 80.
A cougar's muscular
16,
body is perfectly designed for grasping and holding large prey, an ability enhanced by the retractable claws on its paws. Attacks on humans are rare, but have seen an increase in recent years, mainly due to expansion into the cougar's natural range.
Oh.
Yeah, like we're going into their home, so...
If a human triggers its chase instinct, typically by turning their back and running away.
Yeah, don't do that.
An attack usually involves a bite to the neck, in which the animal tries to sink its teeth between the vertebrae and into the spinal cord. Children are at greatest risk of getting ambushed by a cougar,
a perfect
and
prey.
the least likely to survive an attack.
Yeah, it's crazy. I guess when you like turn your back and you run away, I guess they can like sense the fear in you. Or it's like you just back up and just look at it. I don't know if it's like...
It's also instinct. So these guys are predators, right? And they're used to chasing prey. You turn and run, you're acting like a prey species, basically. Yeah. So that's just going to literally appeal to their instinct of chasing.
But I guess if you back up...
If you make yourself big and more like threatening looking and loud, then sometimes you can scare them off.
Yeah, you know, people like, scat.
Well, I mean, it can work.
Get away.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would do that approach with a bear.
No, heck no.
But you still don't want to run with the bear either, usually.
Oh, yeah. Bears are pretty fast, too, from, like, videos I've seen.
Gray wolf.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think about the wolf.
As the largest and strongest member of the Canidae family, the gray wolf was a mandatory introduction to our list. Its teeth are specialized for crushing bone, and its slender, powerfully built body favors relentless attacks. Although dangerous enough on its own, the wolf is notable for its pack behavior and cooperative hunting. A pack of 15 wolves, for example, is capable of taking down an adult moose. Interestingly enough, the deer species can easily grow to be 15 times heavier than an individual wolf.
Damn.
While not as numerous as in Eurasia, North America has also seen a number of wolf attacks. The most recent fatality occurred in 2010 in Alaska, when a young woman was killed while jogging. There's an argument that most wolf attacks are the result of an individual animal suffering from rabies.
Yeah.
Nevertheless, wolf management programs from the United States Wildlife Service describe them as opportunistic hunters, shepherds, and ranchers have caused wolves to develop a fear of approaching humans.
Yeah.
Wildlife experts warn against actions that may encourage wolves to be in the proximity of people, as it may lead to an increase in violent encounters.
Damn.
Number 6. Arizona bark scorpion. The Arizona bark scorpion,
what is that?
also known as
scorpion.
Centauroides sculpturatus, is North America's most venomous scorpion.
Interesting.
These creatures prefer riparian areas, meaning that they're found on land adjacent to rivers or streams.
Okay.
The popularity of irrigated lawns and other man-made water systems have led to an increase of scorpion populations in residential
That's a weird-looking
areas.
scorpion.
Yeah, carrying his
Symptoms
babies.
associated with the Arizona bark scorpion's sting can last from 24 to 72 hours.
So
They
annoying.
include intense pain, numbness, and convulsions, or temporary dysfunction of the affected area.
Dang.
The pain is so intense that victims reported experiencing sensations similar to electric shocks.
Damn.
While fatalities are rare, there are certain groups that are more at risk than others, such
Kids,
as
probably?
children,
Yeah.
the elderly, or people with compromised immune systems. In Arizona, thousands of people are reportedly stung by the scorpion
Dang.
each year.
I don't want that one.
Bull shark.
Oh, a shark.
With the Atlantic Ocean
didn't
on
think
its
about
east
that.
coast
Duh.
and the Pacific Ocean in the west, the U.S. faces more than a dozen shark attacks every year. While the great white receives the brunt of the notoriety, there's an equally, if not more, dangerous shark.
The tiger shark?
Unlike their mainly oceanic relatives, bull sharks are able to thrive in freshwater systems as well. This makes them particularly dangerous when considering the U.S.'s sprawling riverways.
I thought like a lot of sharks don't really like try to attack you as much. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's usually a mistaken identity.
Yeah.
I think it's normally like there's something going on where they think you're a big prey.
Yeah. I'm guessing they like to smell the blood. Something that.
Well, I mean, that's what would attract them. I mean, they would think that might be an easy bait kind of thing.
Man, I bet you when the movie Jaws came out, boy, I bet that made people afraid.
Like not want to go in the ocean at all.
Afraid. People like, I ain't going to the ocean, boy. Like, see that.
Sharks have been found up the Mississippi River, hundreds of miles from the ocean. They were also spotted in the Ohio River and in Maryland's Potomac River.
They've been found all the way up
in
the Mississippi.
The most powerful bite of all the shark species.
Huh, I didn't know that they've been found that high up in freshwater, honestly.
Particularly dangerous towards humans. It's not only about bite force and size. Even though females average roughly 300 pounds or about as much as the typical sumo wrestler, bull sharks are territorial, temperamental, and have no tolerance for provocation. These creatures might have even been responsible for the infamous Jersey Shore shark attacks of 1916, which served as an inspiration for the novel Jaws.
Yeah.
Number 4.
That makes more sense that they're so territorial.
Rattlesnakes.
By recent
estimates, I should have known there would obviously be some snakes out there.
8,000 snake bites that occur in the United States every year. Fortunately, the development of antivenom has led to significantly less fatalities than in the past.
They use their own venom, right?
Snake attacks are disproportionate in the country, with the majority of them occurring in warm weather states such as Texas and Florida.
Yeah, I know they live in Texas.
Among the various venomous serpents found across the land,
are they in most states?
There are about 16 rattlesnake species.
They're definitely
16
These
rattlesnake
are so dreaded that a timber rattlesnake was once put on a flag to motivate infantry forces.
What?
During the American Revolution, the Continental Marines had a motto flag of a timber rattlesnake that was coiled and ready
that's
to
the
strike.
Marine flag.
Beneath it were the words, "Don't tread on me." These snakes are distinguishable by the rattle at the end of their tail. It's made of interlocked keratinous segments which vibrate against one another when the snake contracts certain tail muscles. This produces a distinctive rattling sound that acts as a deterrent.
Well, at least you can know it's around, man. I mean, because like other snakes, you can't really like hear because snakes are so quick.
Yeah.
They sneaky.
Unfortunately, I feel like a lot of times by the time you set them off that you're going to hear the rattle, you're pretty close.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully
hey, give you a chance.
Yeah, you still have a chance for sure.
And as a warning to humans, the western diamondback and the eastern diamondback are the species responsible for most snakebite fatalities.
Okay.
The latter is known as the most venomous snake in North America and owns the longest fangs of any rattlesnake species.
Those are long fangs.
Number 3, deer.
Oh, I didn't even think about putting a deer on there.
Yeah.
Because there's so many of them that I think we run into them more.
Yeah. A number of species weigh several hundred pounds and certainly possess the mass to trample people to death.
Oh, they do.
Males own majestic antlers, some of which
they can
several
feet
damage. Across and definitely capable of inflicting severe injuries. Fatal antler stabbings or brutal trampling isn't what makes the deer the deadliest creatures in the country. Most will simply choose to run away from humans.
Yeah. It's probably going to be exactly what you're going to say. It's
actually the crux of the matter.
It's going to be because of the car accidents.
As deer move across their range, they end up on roadways or highways and collide with vehicles. In the US, this type of collision causes about 200 human deaths and roughly $1 billion in property damage every year.
I didn't realize it caused that many deaths a year.
Yeah,
that the idea of being surprised and caught like a deer in the headlights has become a saying. While easier to avoid during the day, deer are particularly difficult to spot at dusk or dawn. Habitat fragmentation is a considerable factor in the rise of deer-vehicle collisions. Number 2, American bison.
Oh, dummy me, I didn't
think
about
the bison is North America's largest land animal and nature's equivalent of a gigantic battering ram. Its charge, a devastating combination of mass and speed, is powerful enough to derail a train. Also known as the buffalo, the species' bulls can weigh up to 2,800 pounds.
Yeah, they're huge.
Staggering 3,800 pounds in captivity. That's about as heavy as the average car. They own massive heads, pronounced muscular humps and giant forequarters.
Yeah,
Their
like their
short,
front end is
curved
so
horns
big.
are used as defensive weapons and to fight for status within the herd. Despite its mass and seemingly lethargic movements, a charging bison can get up to 40 miles per hour. To put that into perspective,
40 miles per hour?
Usain Bolt's speed record topped out at 27.8
I swear
miles
most
per hour.
animals are faster than any human.
Yeah. It is crazy that they can move that fast and be that huge. You know
That's
what I'm
just
saying?
it. Like, you talk about that, like, even
pounds.
a hippo who you think it was fat can run 30 miles an hour.
That is crazy.
Right. I
It's
know,
like
it is crazy. Like,
trying to
these
outrun
huge
that.
animals can run so fast.
You're trying to outrun that, man. You can
No.
Usain Bolt and still can't outrun it. That is crazy, man.
Yeah.
In vast herds, the spread of bovine diseases from domestic cattle and commercial hunting brought the creatures to the brink of extinction. They went from over 60 million in the late 18th century to only a few 100,000 towards the end of the 19th century.
Damn.
Recovery efforts spared its extinction, and the
Thank
American
goodness.
bison is now mainly restricted to reserves and national parks.
Okay.
That's
so they
where
can
a number of
repopulate.
violent human encounters have occurred in the past decades.
Yeah, I mean, they're just mostly
From
over there.
1980 to
being
1999 at Yellowstone National
conserved,
Park
you know what I
alone,
mean?
Yeah.
bison attacked 3 times more people than bears.
Whoa.
During this period, there were 3 reported fatalities, in addition to numerous reports of puncture wounds and broken bones. Number 1,
Uh-oh.
moose.
Oh, there you go. You had that one.
Moose.
Even though they're part of the
So they
deer
didn't look
family,
at polar bear.
and even though they get in a fair share of vehicle collisions, moose most definitely deserve their own entry on our list.
Yeah.
They're creatures of many extremes,
They're
as the
huge.
largest and heaviest of all deer species. Exceptional bulls stand more than 6'9" at the shoulder,
Damn.
meaning
At the
they're
shoulder,
taller than
that's not even their
NBA
head.
Yeah.
superstar LeBron James. Their massive antlers can span close to 6 feet from tip to tip,
Yeah.
so you could horizontally fit the average American male between them. The largest bulls weigh close to 2,000 pounds, almost twice as much as a grand piano. Moose are not only monsters in terms of proportion, but also temperament. When it
Yeah, they
comes to
can
raw
be-
data, they attack more people than wolves and bears combined.
Wow.
They're also perfectly capable of killing both predatory species.
Oh, there you
They
go.
injure more
Hold on, what? They can kill wolves?
They can kill both. They're more than capable of killing both bears or wolves.
What?
Yeah.
A bear? I mean, I can see that because they're super huge.
I think because their weight and just the size of their
Yeah.
rack, their
Yeah.
antlers, like it's kind of like you think about it, like it's kind of like your perfect like defense system, right, against a bear. Like
they're going
it's-
to just impale.
right,
the
and it's
bear.
not gonna hurt them if a bear like bites on their rack and stuff.
Like, you think with the bears, like weight in its claws.
Right.
Yeah, but I don't
I
know.
mean, it's gonna be a good fight. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but they can do it.
Yeah.
than any other animal in the Americas, and a second only to hippos,
say hippos.
in worldwide attacks. They can charge people and inflict devastating injuries with their antlers. One common sign of an imminent charge is that the hairs on its neck and shoulders will stand up.
Oh, I'm not gonna do
Moose
that one.
are surprisingly limber, and unlike other large-hooved animals, they can kick in all directions. Not that you should ever do it, but this means there's no safe way to approach them.
Yeah, that is crazy. Like,
Yeah.
these animals and stuff, how, like, dangerous they really are and stuff. And how, like, they can be, like, up to 3,000 pounds, 2,800 pounds. Can still go, like, 30 miles, 40 miles
Right?
an hour.
I know.
Yeah.
That's just you can never underestimate just the sheer power of any wild animal. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you know, they've been made to survive for
Yeah.
eons, and they know how to do it.
Yeah, it's still kind of shocking. Well, I guess it's not really shocking when you think about it. A moose versus a bear. I mean,
He just said they're more than capable. That
Capable,
doesn't mean it
yeah.
always happens.
but they take out more people than bears and wolves combined. and
yeah,
stuff like that.
which is
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, actually,
I never would have thought a moose would be like.
it makes sense just because I think they're going to be probably a little more in your territory, like in human territory. You know what I mean? Like whereas like bears and wolves kind of stay away. Like they're not
Yeah.
out hunting humans and they kind of stay away from
Yeah.
humans. Moose are out grazing like deer, so
Yeah.
it's easier to come across them, I think.
Yeah.
And therefore easier to spook them. And I think that's
Yeah.
probably why there's a higher incidence of deaths.
Yeah.